Good afternoon to YouTube. Been a while since I've kind of took this camera and done any videos. Backlit. I'm plugging away. Definitely things have been happening on the van, but the reason for this video, I thought I would, this is going to be a short one, show you a little idea or thing I've got for like a quick hidden shore power on a Sprinter van. So, what I don't want to do with my van is I don't want to drill and put shore power just bolt through the side of my van. I really don't like that. I understand why people do that. Once you do that, that's forever. You know, most people kind of put this thing somewhere in this area and like, come on, no. So, and people go down there. So what I have come up with, at least, I don't know how this works in a 144 wheelbase. I've got the 170, and I presume it's the same for any 2019 plus models. I'm not sure on any models before that, but I've got basically your standard RV outlet here. And for my power system, I'm using an EcoFlow. So what I've got, I presume most people won't have access to this. This is like a piece of curtain wall type material for in the glass industry. So it's a 4.5, and I cut a 6-inch piece. It's freshly painted, so it's still drying. But what I did, I cut a 6-inch piece, and then the depth on this is 1.75 inches by 4.5 is what the extrusion is. And I cut a 2 3/4 inch hole at the front and a 2 1/4 inch hole in the back, and some little visible here, if you can see that. Yeah, some little extra grooves up here to account for, here, I'll go like this, and this will fit in here just nicely. Hard to do this with one hand. So this goes on the front, this goes into here, and then I've got some holes pre-piloted in, and I'll go under the van and show you how easy this is. And it's minimal drilling. It's one hole into your van. So under your van, okay, join the party. Oh, my buddy. Okay. So there's this access port or hole right here near the back. Now you might be 10 inches, oh, there's a bee, 10 inches or so from the back bumper of the van. And it's just a cavity in here, and it has this big plastic piece. Well, you just pop that off. And this is a 3-inch hole. So what I've done, just above it, I was able to, I can just get my hand in there. It was a little scary whether I could get my hand out. But in the van, cables are through. Here's my extrusion. Now, I didn't bring the white port cover thing with me. This will go up in here. I've had some mapped out lines before, so it'll mount right about there. Cable would come through. It's going to attach into this port. Let me get this through here so I can put the port in for the cover. This is visible. And then I'll just screw this right into there. So under your van, that's roughly what you'd be looking at. So you got to reach up and under your van, but you're not like drilling holes into the side of your van. And if you ever don't want shore power for whatever reason, you're not stuck with it. Oh boy. And then, so up in here, I'm going to have my battery system back here, my power hub. I drilled a hole. We can see it. Not sure. There's the hole I drilled. So it ended up, I put a grommet right here, and I just cut the middles and can poke the wire right through. There's this stamp here. And there you go. One hole hidden in your van. Not bad. That's a quick little hidden shore power thing. So my cables will come up and they'll sit in the cabinet here. Plug right into shore power. You know, whether you can get access, it doesn't need to be this type of extrusion, but something that works. And this will just, wires will come right through there. Boom. There you go, folks. Hope you like that one, and maybe an idea to not drill holes through the side of your van.